Hello YouTube and welcome to the Credit Boom channel. Guys, my name is Angel and I come to you guys once a week on Mondays to discuss everything related to credit education. It is my passion and goal to show and teach everyone how credit works. No schools, no universities have ever taught credit, so I'm taking that responsibility to share with you guys the struggles that I went through with my credit so you don't have to. Guys, please hit that subscribe button, that like button, and that notification bell. This helps the channel reach to a greater audience and helps this channel grow. In today's video, we're going to be talking about how to get business credit without using your social security number. Alright guys, for this to happen, in order to get a business credit card without using your social security number, there's a couple of steps you're going to have to do to make this happen. These steps I'm going to share with you is what worked for me when I was establishing my business credit. Alright guys, so step one, you're going to need to create a business entity, which means you're going to need to open a business, okay? Now here in the state of Florida, we utilize sunbiz.org, okay? Every state is different. Pretty much we go into this website, we come up with a name. You go in and type in that name. It'll tell you if it's available. If it's available, great. Pick the name, find a name to your choosing, a catchy name, something that'll grab attention. You pick that name. If it's available, great. And then you go ahead and fill in the blanks, name, address, information, and the state here in the state of Florida will charge you $135. I don't know what the fee is in other states, but check with the Department of State website when you go ahead and open a business or create an entity for a business. Fees can vary depending on the state. Now, there's type of businesses that you can create. You have LLC, limited liability company, and you have corporations. You have C corporations and S corporations. Depending on which route you want to go, my advice is to consult your accountant or your tax attorney, and he or she will recommend which is the best route for you. Now, the LLC, again, limited liability company, when you go to your Department of State and create this entity, they will provide you the articles of organization. If you end up getting a corporation, an S Corp or a C Corp, they will provide you the articles of corporation. Now guys, these documents are required, and this is why it's the first step, because once you get these documentations, and then we're going to go over to step two. Step two is to get an EIN number. EIN stands for Employer Identification Number. This is going to be required. This was actually free, but they will require an article of organization documentation or articles of corporation. Once you get those documents, you provide it to them, they will give you an EIN number, Employer Identification Number. Now, the Employer Identification Number is the same number on the personal side, what is your Social Security number. The Social Security number is tied to you. That's how your credit is monitored. That's how you get your credit score. In the business side, it's called EIN number, Employer Identification Number. So this number, once you get that, and then we're going to go ahead and move to the next step. Alright guys, so we have our business name, we have our articles of corporation. I'm just going to utilize that because I happen to have an S Corp myself. That's how I was able to establish my business based on my accountant. Told me that was the best way to go for me for tax purposes. Okay, so remember, I am not a tax attorney. I am not. This is not legal advice. I am just. I use this for educational purposes to let you know what I did to establish my business credit. Moving forward, so we got our business name. We have our articles of corporation. We have our EIN number. And then now, what's the next step? We have to get in public records. Guys, it's important to get in public records because you need to tell the world you're out there. Public records is information that is accessed and available to the public. Pretty much you're displaying or showing your business entity. Anybody can access it. And once we do this, the creditors and bank financial institutions have access to your information, and that's when the pre-approval letters start coming in the mail. So you definitely want to put yourself out there and put your information out in the public. Two options that work for me is listyourself.com. Just go into that website, fill in the blanks, and pretty much in a nutshell, they put you out there. Okay. And the other option is you go into Google, opt in, opt out. The website is optoutprescreen.com. Now, when you're in that website, you got to make sure you click to opt in. You want to opt in because you want to put yourself in public records. And again, guys, those two examples worked for me, which in turn, as time went by, that's when I started getting my pre-approval letters for my business, and obviously taking advantage of those letters, applying for their accounts, and I was able to move forward in that aspect. Now, once we got our business name out there, EIN number, articles of corporation, and we put ourselves out there in public records, the next step is we're going to set up Net 30 accounts. This is how we start establishing credit, guys. This is what's going to move us to the next step. So we're going to create Net 30 accounts. What Net 30 accounts is, pretty much you're setting up an account with this vendor, and whatever you purchase, they pretty much give you 30 days to pay it off. That's why hence Net 30. You buy, they're willing to extend that credit to you briefly, but with the agreement that at the end of 30 days, you have to pay it in full. This is what Net 30 is about. My 5 accounts of recommendations for Net 30 accounts would be Uline.com. Also, Vistaprint is another recommendation. Office Max. We're going to use Granger.com, and Pitney Bowes. Those Net 30 accounts worked great for me, and was able to establish my Net 30, and therefore increasing my business credit as time went. So guys, the 5 that I recommend is Uline, Granger, Pitney Bowes, Vistaprint, and Office Max. Those accounts worked for me, and that's how I was able to establish my Net 30 accounts. So once we get the Net 30s, now a couple months, a month, 2 months later, maybe a little bit less. Now we're starting to look good. But we're starting to look good. We have history. We're paying these Net 30 accounts. Now we're going to go for what's called vendor credit. Vendor credit is the next step from Net 30s, which will establish even further your business credit. But before we go to vendor credit, there's one thing I want to mention. Just like on the personal side, you have your 3 major credit bureaus, Equifax, TransUnion, and Experian. On the business side, they have their 3 major credit bureaus as well, which is Business Experian, Business Equifax, and the major of the businesses is Dun & Bradstreet. Dun & Bradstreet is the major player in the business field with credit business. The scores on the business side are referred to PAYDEX scores, not like on the personal side where you have credit scores. We're given a 3-digit number. 780 is considered excellent. 781 actually is the same. 781 to an 850 is all considered the same. But on the personal side, credit score 781, a 3-digit number. On the business side, they call it a PAYDEX score, which is a 2-digit number, and you want to be between 80 to 100. That's the area where you want to be in credit in the business side of things. Now, guys, just like on the personal side with our credit monitoring services, we're going to do the same on the business side. The one I would recommend is nav.com or nav.com. They specialize in business monitoring services. That's the one that I utilize. And in a nutshell, they pretty much let you know everything you need to know as far as where your scores are at, the accounts that you have open, and again, everything is on real time. They do update weekly. In this platform, they also have other opportunities as far as PPP loans, business loans, acquisitions, funding. They'll be able to assist you with that. So I use nav.com to let me know where my business is with my Paydex scores, to give me an idea where I'm at or where I need to be to start getting business credit without utilizing your Social Security number. Guys, we're getting there. We're almost there. We're getting there. So now that we've talked about nav.com, the next step is vendor credit. Guys, vendor credit is a step above net 30 accounts, and the vendor credit is going to boost your Paydex score, is going to get you your business where it needs to be. And the 5 recommendations that I will recommend on vendor credit will be Dell computers. That worked good for me. The Home Depot. Okay. WEX Fuel cards. WEX Fuel fleet cards. Okay. Best Buy Business Advantage. And Lowe's. Guys, these vendor credit accounts worked for me. Once you establish credit with these vendor credits, that's it. You'll be put in a position where you can apply for anything you need without using your Social Security. So, in a nutshell, you found a business name. It became available. It became available in your Department of State. You registered that name in the Department of State. Once you've obtained that, you were able to get your EIN number. Once you got your EIN number, you opened your business account, checking account. Forgot to mention that in the beginning. Once you established that, you went for your net 30 accounts, okay? Once you got the net 30 accounts, you went for the vendor credit accounts. And once you got the vendor credit accounts, you're in a position where you can apply for major MasterCard, Visa, Amex, Discover without using your Social Security number, guys. It's a lot easier once you've done these steps to establish your business, because people tend to want to help businesses grow, and funding is a lot easier to obtain through a business. And also, business credit is looked at differently from the personal side. The personal side will affect your credit score as you get more in debt. As to the business, it doesn't affect your business. It doesn't affect your personal credit score at all. So again, once you're at this level, you can walk into the dealership, apply for a loan, put the truck or car under your business name, no Social Security number used whatsoever. This is an example, guys, of how we can get credit without using our Social Security numbers. Guys, I hope this information has helped. I hope it was informative. Again, guys, my goal is to teach and show everyone on credit. Guys, if you have any comments, please leave any comments below. Also, I am working on an education platform. It's pretty much a self-help, step-by-step tool to fix and repair your own credit. That is coming out soon. If you guys are interested in that, go ahead and I put a link on below to go ahead and put in your email and your information. Once I've released this platform, I'll make sure you'll be notified when it becomes available. Guys, I love you. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your help. I really appreciate you guys. You guys are making this channel happen. You're making this channel grow. You're helping me reach a greater audience to show and teach everyone how credit works. Remember, guys, I don't want you to go through the struggles I went to. You know, back in 2008, 2009, I lost everything. I had to work myself up and get it back to where it is today. The difference I did this time was I documented everything, and then now that I'm where I need to be, I want to share those experiences with you guys so you don't have to go through the struggles that I went through, and hopefully make your life easier. And again, guys, with good credit, we get to live life. Everything is a lot easier to obtain. Buy the house you want, buy the car you want. I can't wait to see you guys next week. I'll see you on Monday, guys. I love you. Take care.